Liverpool, of course, with the win at the weekend. We had an interesting question on Extra Time yesterday, was asking whether or not the Anfield fans will tolerate this sort of football in comparison to Klopp. And it's not quite as rock and roll, not quite as exciting, but obviously as pragmatic. Is that going to be a problem at all going forward?
Absolutely not. Listen, Liverpool accepted the Roy Hodgson style. Liverpool accepted Benitez. Benitez, completely changed how Liverpool played at Anfield. From the 60s through till Houllier and Benitez, Liverpool at Anfield was about attack, attack, attack. It was, as soon as that whistle went, we're getting after it. And they accepted the Hodgson, as I said, and the Benitez way of playing, and the Houllier way of playing. They accepted that. So absolutely, there is no question they'll accept the way Liverpool played at the weekend and the way Arne plays the game.
Liverpool weird, though. Obviously, they've played Ipswich, Brentford, got the wins. They've got Manchester United, though, coming up at the weekend. First proper test at Old Trafford. That's where we have a proper conversation about where Liverpool is, isn't it?
Yeah, I actually thought it was really interesting listening to Van Dijk and Arne after the game, where they were talking about Brentford in particular, who they were all about the counter-attack and how good they were on it. And the way they went about the game, they nullified that. Now, in my head, Liverpool, Man United, particularly last season, and I think it will be the same this weekend coming, is about United winning, will only win this game on the counter-attack. And the way Liverpool played, and the way they changed, the way they went forward, it absolutely wasn't rock and roll of Klopp, but it was more measured.
Right.
There was a sense of, well, we can outpass teams, but we're not going to do it in a way that makes us vulnerable if we lose the ball. And that's exactly what I saw at the weekend. When they lost the ball and Brentford tried to counter them, they smothered it really quickly. The only chances Brentford had were set pieces. In open play, Liverpool smothered them. And that's not something Liverpool did over the last 18 months to 2 seasons. They've been giving opportunities away to anybody and everybody who's been to Anfield in particular on the break. That didn't happen at the weekend.
Trent had a grump coming off. Any problem with that?
Yeah, that's not good. Take him off just to kill everything off.
Can I ask a stupid question? We talk so much about players playing too much football and how they need to rest.
Yep.
Surely, isn't there not a realisation from Trent's point of view that that's exactly what is being applied to him here? You're 2-0 up, you're going to win the game, you're not going to make any difference. So why are you so upset by that? Why does this upset you so much?
The straightforward answer is that clearly he's had enough of it, I think. I think he's fed up getting taken off. He should understand the reason behind it, but clearly he doesn't want to, and he wants to play 90 minutes. I think he's just fed up of it.
Last year of his contract, of course, Oggy, any chance he could move before Friday?
I think it's very, very slim, but, if Real Madrid make a big offer, then Liverpool might have to consider it. But I think Real Madrid's idea is to wait until the end of the season when maybe Dani Carvajal moves on and Trent is out of contract now. There's a bit of a game of chess going on here now with Trent and Liverpool. So his inclination is to stay, but he's attracted by the idea of moving to La Liga. I think, who wouldn't be, especially for Real Madrid. So it's maybe like 60-40 in favour of staying. Liverpool are leaning towards wanting him to stay, but they don't want to give him a contract that makes him the highest paid player at the club beyond Mo Salah, beyond Virgil van Dijk, because that creates problems in itself. So right now you've got a bit of a standoff going on, but the problem Liverpool have got is that if they leave it too long, they could get to January without having him nailed down to a contract, and then he can talk to foreign clubs over a free agent move next summer. And Liverpool they really can't afford to lose one of their best homegrown players for nothing. They've had it before. I think with Steve McManaman left quite a few years ago, kind of different circumstances, but a similar scenario whereby the fans began to turn on Maka because they felt that as a homegrown player he should have been more loyal to the club. And I think that will happen with Trent. And so Liverpool don't want to get in a position where they risk losing a big financial bonus by offloading him, but equally Trent doesn't want to be in a position where he becomes like the boo boy, the fans turning him for being so-called disloyal. So I think both sides have got to kind of maybe tone down the ego a little bit and dial it down to try and find a way, but it's not looking good. Obviously Mo Salah and Virgil van Dijk out of contracts in the summer as well, but they're different scenarios. They're both like early 30s. Trent, prime of his career, homegrown player, potential future Liverpool captain, it's a strange one, but I do think eventually they'll come to some sort of agreement. But they need to get a move on. And I think what doesn't help as well, this kind of lack of communication from both sides, and it leaves the fans in the dark. And Liverpool fans, we do know that they have a kind of this bond with the players and the manager. They won't want to be left in the dark about this. If Trent Alexander-Arnold wants to leave, he should come and say it and be honest. If Liverpool don't want to keep him, they should try and move him this week. But I don't think either's going to happen yet.
What do you do if you're Liverpool, Stevie, in this situation?
You try and keep him.
You try and keep him, but you said, when we were picking the best 11, you had him playing in midfield at the start of the season. Why would you keep a right-back who can't defend?
Have you seen him playing recently?
Oh, I'm sorry. Has he magically turned the corner after Ipswich and Brentford?
I mean, are you going to let...
Wait. Before the season started, you said he was a disaster as a defender, and therefore you put him in midfield. Yeah. But now he's brilliant.
So he's not changed as a defender, right?
What, you still think he's a disaster?
As a defender, yeah.
So explain to me why...
Not. Are you saying he's not?
You explain to me why you want to fight to keep him then as your right back.
Well, did you see the ball he played for Mo Salah against? Have you seen the balls that this guy's played consistently going forward? I've told you, going forward, he's arguably as good as anybody with a ball at his feet going forward, but he can't defend.
Right.
So you have to make a decision. Are you going to put up with it?
Right.
And I'm going to put up with it.
Okay.
Which by the way, Jurgen Klopp did.
Yes.
So, Jurgen Klopp's can't. So is that wrong?
He's left, hasn't he, though? Poor Jurgen.